Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the English news of Binh Phuoc Television. I'm with you with the latest news for today. Binh Phuoc promoting emulation campaigns in 2024. Binh Phuoc to begin construction of 2 expressways in 2024. Australian Prime Minister welcomes heads of delegations to summit. Phuoc where experts see promising signals. Binh Phuoc province is focusing on advancing its socio-economic development plan for the 2021 to 2025 period in 2024. In order to do so, it is actively working towards meeting targets set during the 12th session of the 10th tenure of the Provincial People's Council in December 2023.
The province is working to effectively implement emulation movements initiated by the Prime Minister at the grassroots level between 2023 and 2030. It will improve investment efficiencies in building its infrastructure network, especially in inter-regional connectivity transport, urban infrastructure, and digital infrastructure. It will also speed up the disbursement of public investment capital, facilitate administrative reform, improve the investment environment, enhance provincial competitiveness, and attract more investments to the province. Binh Phuoc also plans to enhance the quality of its emulation and reward initiatives by promoting leadership and the direction taken by the Emulation and Rewards Council at all levels. It will also continue improving training and honoring outstanding individuals and collectives.
The People's Committee of Binh Phuoc Province is expediting the completion of legal procedures to commence construction of the Ho Chi Minh City, Trân Thành and Gia Nghĩa Trân Thành Expressways this year.
The Ho Chi Minh City Thủ Dầu Một Trân Thành Expressway runs for some 70 km and consists of 2 sections, Ho Chi Minh City Thủ Dầu Một in Bình Dương Province and Thủ Dầu Một Trân Thành in Binh Phuoc Province. Binh Phuoc has already completed a 7-kilometer section connecting to the Gia Nghĩa Trân Thành Expressway. The province is currently finalizing investment procedures and construction is expected to commence in September. The Gia Nghĩa Trân Thành Expressway has a total length of over 128 kilometers, with a 99-kilometer section passing through Binh Phuoc Province. Its implementation schedule proposed by the government is set to begin in 2024 and be completed in 2026. Binh Phuoc has completed all necessary procedures and submitted them to the National Assembly for approval. The government will subsequently take further steps in project implementation. Binh Phuoc is committed to promptly carrying out site clearance and compensation, initiating construction in accordance with the schedule assigned by the government. Once completed, the 2 expressways will create a crucial transportation axis connecting the regions from Ho Chi Minh City to Binh Phuoc, with Trân Thành serving as the connection point to Gia Nghĩa in the Central Highlands province of Đắk Nông. The project is expected to facilitate the movement of people and goods.
Honey produced by bees from rubber leaves differs from honey produced from natural pollen. Although this type of honey may not find much favor in the domestic market, it has become popular in some foreign markets.
Rubber honey is known for its tendencies to easily crystallize due to its high glucose content, making it difficult to sell in the domestic market. However, despite this characteristic, it enjoys popularity in certain foreign markets such as the US, Canada, and Europe. The harvesting of rubber honey typically takes place during 2 periods, from November to December, when the rubber leaves fall, and from February to April, when the rubber leaves are young. At those times, rubber growers also cease their latex exploitation, which creates an environment that attracts bees to collect honey. This indirectly enhances the values of the many rubber trees found in Binh Phuoc Province.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính is in Australia to attend the ASEAN Australia Special Summit and pay an official visit to the country. Join us to see more.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and his spouse attended an official welcome ceremony for the delegation heads to the ASEAN Australia Special Summit chaired by the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and his fiancée on March 5 in Melbourne. The welcoming ceremony, rich with Australia's traditional cultural and artistic displays, served as a platform for Prime Minister Anthony Albanese to underscore the value Australia places on its ties with ASEAN nations. He voiced his wish that the summit would act as a catalyst for deepening the Australia-ASEAN partnership with fresh initiatives and broader cooperation. Themed, A Partnership for the Future, the summit presents an opportunity for both sides to reflect on their 5-decade relationship and plan for future development in line with bilateral comprehensive strategic partnership established in 2021. The Vietnamese Prime Minister, along with other ASEAN and Australian leaders, will outline visions, directions, and concrete measures to expand cooperation in the coming years. On the same day, Prime Minister Chin and his spouse joined other distinguished guests at a banquet, hosted by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and his fiancée to extend a warm welcome to the heads of delegation to the summit. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh attended the Vietnam, Australia Business Forum in Melbourne on March 5 morning, local time, as part of his ongoing trip to Australia to attend the ASEAN, Australia Special Summit and pay an official visit to Australia. Addressing the event, which drew the participation of leaders from nearly 200 enterprises of Vietnam and Australia, the Vietnamese Prime Minister said during his official visit to Australia, the two countries are scheduled to announce the upgrade of bilateral relations. He called on businesses, associations and investors of the two countries to further promote their collaboration and pledged that the two governments will continue to create favorable conditions for their cooperation. He said the two countries should boost tourism and education cooperation as well as people-to-people exchanges. At the forum, Prime Minister Chin witnessed the announcement of the opening of an air route linking Melbourne and Hanoi by Vietjet Air. First flights on the route are scheduled to operate on June 3 with 2 return flights per week. Vietjet is currently operating 58 flights per week between Ho Chi Minh City of Vietnam and the 5 largest cities of Australia, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth and Adelaide. Earlier the same day, Prime Minister Chin cut the ribbon to inaugurate the Australia-Vietnam Policy Institute at RMIT University, which aims to conduct researches on the strategic relations between Australia and Vietnam, contributing to effectively implementing Australia's Southeast Asian Economic Strategy to 2040.
With orders secured for the second quarter, activities are in full swing in many leather and footwear production plants, bringing about the hope for a year of buoyant exports.
According to data from the General Statistics Office, as of February 15th, leather and footwear product exports raked in more than $2.46 billion, up 16% year-on-year. The Vietnam Leather, Footwear and Handbag Association said that the sector still focuses on its 5 key export markets, namely the US, which accounts for about 35% of its total export revenue, the EU, Japan, the Republic of Korea, and China. Notably, the growing turnover from the Chinese market has come as a boon for the sale of these products abroad this year. Green and sustainable standards that require eco-product policies, extended producer responsibility, and supply chain traceability, among many others, are likely to be applied on Vietnamese goods by their major importers. The compulsory adherence to those requirements means a significant pressure for enterprises. In a bid to support the sector, the Ministry of Industry and Trade has planned large-scale trade promotion events for its key products, helping them to expand their export markets.
Obento, a restaurant in Johannesburg, South Africa, recently held an event named Taste of Vietnam to introduce popular Vietnamese food to local diners.
According to the restaurant owner, Linh Chiu, the one-day event attracted so many dinners that all tables from noon to 9 p.m. were fully booked weeks ago. The idea of organizing such an event came right after her 2-week trip to Vietnam in December 2023. The restaurant owner wanted to arouse the memory of customers who had traveled Vietnam and tasted the street food delights it has to offer, as well as to bring Vietnamese cuisine to those seeking something different from the norms in South Africa. Diners at the restaurant at this time had a chance to enjoy famous Vietnamese dishes, such as phở, banh mi, bun cha, or spring rolls. Especially for those who had traveled to Vietnam, it was an opportunity to remember and re-experience Vietnamese food that is not easy to find in South Africa.
That was 10 minutes of BPTV News. To watch this news again, you can download BPTV Go or visit our website and YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.